Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to talk about fidget things. So, Derek Schultz is the guy behind Fidget Things. This is his logo right here. It's got this cool little face with some weird shit going on. He 3D prints these cool little chips or coins. They come with your orders, which is cool. I've now purchased 3-4 items from him now. I originally got the coin fig, which is a coin that can be changed out to different functions. It can just be a haptic coin. It can be a slider. It can be a free floater on a track. It's really cool. I had one. It just wasn't for me. I had it for like a couple days. And I just couldn't. I'm really bad at switching the magnet trays out and stuff. And it didn't do anything great. Like, it did a lot of stuff and it did it fine. But like, I'd prefer to have it do one thing really well. And that's what these items do. So here we have the Tactile, which is a free-floating slider. And then we have the Chill Pill. So let's talk about these individually, and I'll come back to the Chill Pill. The Tactile comes in this really cool case. It's a tin, and it comes with a Torx wrench. It comes with these plates right here, or trays that he prints, and then he gives you the magnets so you can swap it out. So there's actually screws right here and here, here and here, and then same thing on the inside or the other side. And you can actually take these apart and put a different tray in. And what that allows you to do is have different magnets set up. So right now, this one can go up 3, right? And it can go over 2. So basically, it has 2 magnets and 3. So it gives you a little bit stronger feel because the magnets in there are bigger. They take up more space, 2 and 3, right? Where the ones on this one are smaller. You can see the small magnets. And that is a 4x3 setup. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And it gives you a little bit more. You can do more tricks, whatever, right? But the magnets are going to be weaker. There's also shims in there that you can remove if you like to make the magnets stronger. I actually have them in there, and these are still very strong. Took a little bit to get used to, and now you can see I am used to it. And then it's just a free-floating slider. So this is made out of zirconium. You can see I've dropped these a few times. I tried walking with them yesterday. That was a bad idea. So I actually have new screws on the way I ordered from his spare parts listing on his website, so I'll be able to swap those out so they look good again. But basically, you have this really cool design on here, and he's actually working on a different configuration that you could buy where you can actually flip it over and use it on all sides. You'll see there it just doesn't work on this side. It's not sticking properly. It works this way, and then of course you can flip it over to this side and use it too. But you can't just use it any which way like the Compaform Argyle V2. But I prefer this because I want the magnets to be stronger, right? So you'll see here, I can manipulate these very well for a noob. I like to do the ladder. So I go up 2, flip around, and basically you just hit the corner of the one you want to slide, and it kicks out. And then it drops down. So if I want that to come back up, I can kick down here, boom. Kick here, it goes back up, right? So I tend to do the up 2, flick, flick, and then close it down, get that nice, satisfying, magnetic closing. You can also do a half over, then down. You can do a half this way, and then down this way. There's a few, you can do whatever you want, honestly. You just have to figure it out, whatever works best for you. But I sort of get stuck doing this or up and down. So all different things you can do. Obviously, you can manipulate it left-handed, right-handed. I don't do it a lot left-handed just because I was driving a lot when I was getting used to this. So I have to kind of mess with it left-handed to get used to it and learn. but I'm sure it'll work well. I pinched myself a few times getting my skin between these, and the magnets are pretty strong. I didn't draw any blood or anything, but I got a few pinches while I was learning. No big deal. And of course, like I said, I've dropped it like that. You just sometimes you give it a little too much of a flick, or you hit it here instead of hitting it at the corner, right? So you just got to pay attention where you're hitting. It's going to be very hard to accidentally shoot it off if you're hitting it in the right spot. If I get it right here, I can basically push as hard as I want, and it's going to flick around, right? But if I hit the wrong spot, instead of hitting here, I hit here, I'm going to push it off. So just a matter of learning where to put your fingers and everything. It is super fidgety, super fun. It's my favorite slider so far, by far, honestly. It just has the perfect feel, the perfect magnetic pull, the look and Zerk, all that stuff. Wasn't too expensive. I mean, these are made in the United States in Las Vegas by Derek in his shop. And this blackened Zerk version was $120 per plate. So it was $240 for both. He does that because you could buy 3 or 4 or 10. You know, you could make a 10 stacker. He also makes these in brass that are, I believe, $44, something like that. So you can get a set for 80 bucks, 85 bucks, something like that. Very, very fun. I love the pattern. One downside is I want to try the 4x3, but I'm just so bad at switching the magnets out that I'm just like leery of doing it. I just don't feel like dealing with it. Because then I'll take these out, then I'll screw them up, and then I can't just like revert back. Because what happens is I end up like, you're supposed to stack the magnets in properly, right? And what I end up doing is somehow putting them in the wrong way. Doing that where just, you see that? It just shot across the room. I found it, luckily it magnetized to my desk. But like, I just don't trust myself with these, sadly. I wish there was an easier way. I wish it was preset in there and had the shims on it or something, and then you could just take this, take them off, take that out, put that in. Like, I wish you didn't have to, you know, set the magnets up. But on the other hand, it's cool that you have the option, right? The fact that you can do this, I think is really cool. And the tin does help because you can put it magnetizes to the tin and then you do it. But I just somehow suck at it. Even though I have it all set up right and I just go like this, I still end up putting one magnet in upside down or whatever. And it just doesn't work out for me. So I'm probably just going to stick with the 2x3. One other downside is they do get a little dirty or grimy or whatever. And then they get harder to slide. Like, it gets to a point sometimes where you can't slide them. Like, they're just so freaking grimy, and then the magnets are so strong that it's like, you can't do it. So what I recommend is you just take a microfiber, like this here, Devo Knives microfiber, and you just wipe down all sides. You know, you could probably get some alcohol involved too. Wouldn't hurt, I'm sure. But I've noticed just doing this every once in a while, and I mean, like, if you're carrying this all day, you're probably going to have to do it 2 or 3 times a day. Now it's like butter, just like glass, right? So I also, if you drop it or something, I wouldn't worry so much. Usually just using it, it'll kind of wear it back in. You'll end up with an even color again. Now the screws you might want to replace like I'm doing, but these little dings and stuff will probably slowly wear in. And I don't care. It's a fidget toy. Like, yeah, I want it to look cool, but it still looks cool, you know? So that is the Tactile fidget slider. This is one of my favorite items so far that I've had. So if that means anything. Then you have the Chill Pill. And I gotta say, this also is one of my favorites. It might be my favorite. I just love this item so much. So much that I bought more. So first I had this combo right here. The honeycomb titanium, right? with a Mokutai, number 95 Mokutai piece right here. And I really like that because the honeycomb gives you grip, right? It comes in this cool container. Chill pill in an actual pill case. Like I said, I got two, so this one's a little different. And I fell in love. It's just two magnetic halves that magnetize together, and then you can play with them. So the honeycomb gives you a little better grip, so you can grab like this, play like this. You can pull it off, see how far you can get away, and have it fall back on. My favorite thing to do is to roll it around, break it apart, roll it around, and just wait for it to zing back together. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it's 2 seconds. It's very interesting. Another fun thing to do is to take it apart, do that, and then toss it in the air like that, and have it zing back together. And if you do it like without a camera right under you, it'll be in the air and it'll go zzz, zzz, and it'll make this crazy sound. It's very, very cool. So then I really like that, so I ordered more, and I figured what I could do was take them and then use them with the honeycomb. So that's Mokutai. So then I ordered a Zerkutai and Mokume set, which they did magnetize together when I got them, but I wanted them to all work with the honeycomb. So I actually flipped this one over. So now that one sticks to this, and this one sticks to this. But for some reason, this one does not stick to these. I don't know why. I think these two, oh no, they don't either. But they all work with the honeycomb. So I just wanted it that way because I thought it was cool. So now I have my choice of Mokutai, Mokume, and Zerkutai, which is really cool. I'm not the biggest fan of Mokume. So Mokume is a combination of nickel, brass, bronze, copper, all those type of smelly metals in one thing. So it's like the Timascus version of that, right? What I don't like is it's heavy, right? It's going to be heftier than the others because of that. Not a ton heavier, but definitely heavier. So this combination, it's fine. But I don't really love it because, with the extra weight, it makes it less fun to kind of play games where you like have it snap together. You see how that took a little bit to get it to pull in because it's probably so heavy. That one I can get to like jump. So I don't know. This one I think is the lightest. Well, I don't know. So they all work really well with it. This is just my least favorite of the bunch. And I knew that going in, but I wanted to check out Mokume, and it was my way of getting Zerkutai. So that's the Mokume. I believe this is number 007, which is pretty cool. And then this one's the Zerkutai. And this one's also 007, it looks like. I guess because they were a set. And this is probably my favorite combination right here. I really do like the Mokutai. But I just like the Zerkutai a little bit better. And I've dropped this one a few times on walks, and you might see a ding here and there, but as I do this, it's going to wear it in because this is going to rub against it. It's going to wear that back in, and it'll be fine. But yeah, this is one of the best fidgety items I've come across so far. Really, really love it. And obviously I do because I bought multiple. So this one's cool. They are a little bit pricey, but you can get into them for cheap. So I think you can start at like $30 and you can get like G10 or plastic ones or something like that to see if you like it, right? And then it goes up from there. Titanium, right? Aluminum and copper and stuff like that probably are like $50-$60. Titanium's going to be around $100 probably. And then all the way up to, Zerkutai and Mokume is, $180, something like that. I highly recommend a combination like this. You get a really cool exotic on one side and a very functional piece on the other. It's not too heavy because of it. And the honeycomb is really cool. I think he's going to be making more of these Thai honeycomb ones. I think I got the only one that he made so far. I asked him if he could make one in Zerk, so I could have like Zerkutai with a Zerk honeycomb. That would be sick. So anyway, I'm in love with these, and I think they're awesome. So there you go, guys. That's a quick video on the Fidget Things items. I highly recommend Derek and his products. He's always trying to find new cool stuff to make to help us fidget around, which is cool. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Have you picked one of these up yet? I know a couple people I've talked to have picked up both because I was all about it when they first came out. Yeah, it's always fun talking to new people about new hobbies, and the fidget world has been really cool to get into. And I believe it coincides with the knife stuff very well, and you'll see it continue to bleed together as time goes on. So I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.